Attention duelists! It's Phoenix here, and I am playing Master Duel again, because the season reset. So me getting into Platinum didn't matter, because I have to do it again now. And I also have to get into Diamond. So I got my work cut out for me. So let's not waste any time, and let's just do the damn thing. I got my blanket, keep my legs warm. I got my big old cup of drink. I got candle to make the place smell good. I got a bag full of Mike and Ike sours, which, I'm being perfectly honest, they kind of suck. I regret buying them. And I am all set to buckle down and play a couple hours of Yu-Gi-Oh! I can work with this hand. Summon the Witch, Magdalene. Use her effect to search. This will tell me if my opponent has an Ash Blossom. They don't. Petting Sasor. Summon Petting Sasor. Use her effect. Gonna do things a little funky this time around. Gonna bring out Angeli. Activate Angeli's effect. Send her away. Special summon out a Hoot Cake. Activate Hoot Cake's effect. Banish Angeli. This will also be my 5th summon, so this will tell me if my opponent has Nibiru. Gelato's effect will go off, which his effect that I want to have happen right now is Ticket. I'm going to special summon a Sistart using Gelato and Petting Sasor. Sistart goes there. So now all my Medolce spells and traps are safe. Set that. Activate that. I'm going to hold on to Chateau for now, because I might need that to empty out my grave later. And also, I don't want to use it right now, because if I do, it'll get rid of the Medolces in my grave, which means Sistart will lose her protections. So that's why we're not doing that. And we'll pass turn. And I have Promenade down there if I need a negation, and I have Ash Blossom in case I need Ash Blossom. And Hoot Cake was summoned by Angeli's effect, so he has some extra protections, I believe. Yep, can't be destroyed by battle. So Hoot Cake's a little bit safer, and I am facing a basic deck. I feel a touch overqualified. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, neither try to extend. Okay, that's a new card to me. I have no expectations for what my opponent's doing. Sistart can protect herself by shuffling a Medolce into the grave. Medolce can't be destroyed. And if Magdalene is destroyed and goes to the graveyard, she'll go back into the deck, and Ticket will let me summon a Medolce, a different Medolce, because I have a Fairy Medolce. Everything's coming up Phoenix. He goes into battle phase. Who's he going to try to swing into? She goes back into the deck. I'm going to special summon a Gelato. Use his effect to search a spell or trap. We'll take Salon. Alright, opponent passes back to me. Got Gravedigger Trap Hole, but that doesn't particularly matter. Going to activate Salon. Going to activate Chateau. Chateau will shuffle them back. Trigger ticket. Chain Salon. Salon will let me set my other Medolce Promenade. Ticket will special summon to the field. Yes, Petting Sessor. Use her effect, which will bring out Pudding Cess. Then I am going to special summon a Queen Tiara Masu. What I'm doing is probably going to end up being a little overkill, but what can you do? So long, boys. Attach you. Let's get you two back in the deck. By back in the deck, I mean back in my hand. Send you back, and you. We're going to special summon Pudding Cess over top Queen. I have 7,000 on board. Going to use her effect, targeting Hoot Cake, which will let me add that back to my hand. Going to activate Petting Sessor's effect to special summon herself. Going to summon back Miss Gelato with my second normal summon. And I'm just going to go for the beatdown. And it's over. GG. Go next. With this deck, I don't think it particularly matters if I go first or second. But ultimately, I think I would like to go first for the... Because me stopping my opponent is better, because I think I have less disruptions. Medeline. We're going to search out. We already have her in hand. So I want Angeli. Activate Petting Sessor's effect. You go there. Activate again to special summon out the owl. He just couldn't stand up to the power I was bringing. And we go next. I was going to bring out Owl. I was going to link off Petting Sessor and Medeline. I was going to use Owl to summon Miss Gelato. That was my plan. I don't like this hand. This hand is stinky. Looks like I am banking on Nibiru this turn. And I have no idea what my opponent's playing. They have more than the normal card. More than the normal deck size. Hey, it's branded. Despia. So maybe Nibiru comes out. And they pitched Max C. Hey, it's Al. Oliver goes off. I'm going to allow that for now. There's the theater. It's a Dark Lord Despia deck. Using X-Shell lets him get 2. He's bringing back Superbia. Superbia is going to bring back X-Shell. That's 3. Starving Venom. Nah, I'm fine with that for now. That's 4. It's Nibiru time. It's still a big rock. Hang on a second. And you can use vehicles return. Oh, it just says leaves the field. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you. Fusion summon cards destroyed. Let's get you face down. And you're going to stay face down for a while. Pardon? Let's turn that off. And I'm gonna hope he's out of gas. And he's not. Oh. No, I just tried to use effect and fizzled. Best case scenario, I draw a Petting Sessor off the top. Best case scenario, I draw a Hoot Cake off the top. I negated that column. Alright, come on, someone good. Magdalene, I can work with this. And a blow has been dealt. Alright, I have a monster on board. I have Promenade to negate something he tries to do. I have potential. That's fine. Yeah, I'm going to negate the effect of that card. So now my opponent is really out of gas. Alright. Summon the owl. Use the owl. Banish Nib. Use that to bring out Petting Sasor. Petting Sasor is going to use her effect. Her effect will get me Messengelato. Use Messengelato's effect. Messengelato gets me Chateau. Activate Chateau. Just for funsies, let's get you super gone. Go to battle phase. Start swinging. It's just that easy. I'm gonna go first again. All right. Magdalene. Opponent has Ash Blossom. Max C. Do I care? My opponent also has no extra deck. I am actually going to stop there. I have a little bit of setup for next turn. That's fine. Summon another Magdalene. Her being defense mode is also fine. Can I use those to summon Sistart? No, I cannot. I'm going to let that slide against my better judgment. Let's get another one of you in my hand. Wait, what were the requirements for Phoenix? 2 monsters with different names, and these are all named Ojama Token. That is a bummer. Whatever, I can run with this. Hurts me soul. Alright. Change you to attack position. Opponent is prompted to respond. Really? No. Going to negate your effect, and I'm going to get a Magdalene from the grave back to my hand, because I'm definitely going to need Hoot Cake. Oh, it still ended the battle phase. I'm an idiot. Opponent had nothing. Alright. Summon Angeli. Use Angeli's effect. Hoot Cake. Use Hoot Cake effect. Banish the Angeli. For Missing Gelato. Missing Gelato effect. Activate ticket. Not my favorite situation, but I am going to summon Queen. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. I'm an idiot. Alum attacks. Queen attacks. Main phase 2. Activate the effect of Promenade. Choosing Queen. Going to equip Queen with Pudding Cess. Gonna make big Pudding Cess. Going to use her effect to return Petting Cessor. That'll prompt Ticket. Shuffled into the deck. You can special summon attack or defense. I'm going to ignore that for right now. Special summon monster to the field. I want another Messengelato. miss Enchilado's effect. To get me a Promenade, because my opponent playing Floodgates is unnerving. I'm going to set that. I'm going to end my turn. Pod Duality is totally fine. Oh, good God, it's Exodia. Doesn't matter. And we keep it going. I'm going to have a handful of these disgusting Mechanics. By a handful, I mean like 2. They're not good. I hope my opponent doesn't have an Ash Blossom. $12-card extra deck. They use Max C. I use Called by the Grave. You go there. Use your effect. Why is my opponent prompted to respond? I want Promenade. Yeah, let's do some prep work in advance. This is summon number 5. Opponent does not have a response. We are A-OK. What the hell is that? Thunder Dragons? I thought you guys died in the war. Could have just drawn 2 from the first Thunder Dragon you discarded. He's really thinking this one through. Really just pitching a lot of Thunder Dragons to draw a lot of Thunder Dragons. Okay, fusion someone Thunder Dragon, fusion extra by shuffling into the graveyard from the field. During your main phase, accept the turn cards of the graveyard. I don't think I want you to do that. We're going to return her to my hand. And he can't use its engrave effect this turn, so it's just nothing. We get a Messenger Gelato, which we're going to use to search for a Salon. I negated his card. I got one card back from the grave, one card put onto the field, one card added to my hand. He ends his turn. And pudding cess. Alright. Using Hoot Cake. Attempting to use Hoot Cake. Well, I'm going to destroy that. Why am I locked into Madolches? What did I do to do that? Special Madolche from here in your deck. And if you do, you can't special monsters except... Okay, that's how I did that. Alright, that is unfortunate, but I believe we have a workaround. Activate Salon, which doesn't matter right now. Activate Queen. Attach Messenger Gelato. Target you two. Let's get you out of my way. Set Chateau. Ticket will let me special summon, and right now I just need a body, so we'll go for Mageline. Activate Chateau to shuffle. 2,000. Yeah, I have him on board. Not even close, baby! That's the power of Promenade. Oh, thank God. Morning, Fen. What will I do without a 5-star monster with 1550 attack and no effect? Some of these rewards are just a joke. Hardee's. I'm familiar with your burgers. Starting off with a Pot of Prosperity. Just go for 3. Getting a Promenade now does save me the trouble of searching for it later. But Mageline gets me extra stuff in hand. So we're going to go with her. Right. 1 summon. 2 summons. 3 summons. 4 summons. 5 summons. 6 summons. 7. Don't really have to keep counting now. Send you 2 back into the deck. That will trigger Salon, which will set Promenade for me. Against my better judgment, I'm also going to set Called By, and I'm going to pass turn. Opponent has an above average card number. So my expectations are unknowable. Feather Duster. Slime. Summon Angeli. Tribute Angeli. And it's just that easy. I guess he was playing an Egyptian God deck? That, or I have no idea what he was playing. He was just playing a weird deck. Opponent only has 10 cards in their extra deck. Strange and unusual. Pudding Cess Soar's effect. Use her to bring out Pudding Cess. Summon Angeli. Should be down, Jelly. Bring out the owl. That's 4. This is 5. Go into Glass Souffle. Go into Sistart. Activate Souffle's effect. Send those 2 back. Which I will then set a Promenade. I'll summon a Magileem for my second normal summon that I have. She will get for me Hoot Cake. Why not? Let's give my adorable little Madolches a buff. And I will pass my turn. Have Hootcake in hand for later. What the hell am I looking at? During either player's turn, you can activate magical musket spell and traps from your hand. A spell trap is activated in this card's column. You can special summon one level 4 lower magical musket monster from your deck in defense position, except magical musket Starfire, which is this one. And he put that in the row that I have Promenade. So if I activate Promenade, he gets a summon of a magical musket. And he can activate musket spell and traps in his hand. Which I guess really just means traps. Oh, during either player's turn, so we can use magical musket spells in his hand too. Okay. It's a bit bigger than I was expecting it to be. That was his normal summon. And currently all my monsters are still bigger than his. Link 1? Magical Musketeer Max. This card's Link Summon. You can activate one of his effects. Add a magical musket spell trap from with different names from deck to hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls, which would be 3. Or special summon a magical musket monster with different names from your deck up to the number of spell traps your opponent controls. And he's looking to special summon monsters. I do not believe I want him to do this. Wait a second. How is he able to activate that from the hand right now? Because none of his monsters... There it is. Last line. That's bigger. Might just have a real match on our hands now. During another player's turn, you can use the cards in hand. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, draw cards equal to the number of magical musket spell traps you activated this turn, while this card was face up. Okay. What are you doing, my guy? Called by to banish petting Sisor. That's fine. Actually, I lied. That's not fine. I needed that to protect Sistart. Let's get you back into the deck, and what are the odds he can cycle a Speller Trap? You can also search for spells and traps. Let's do them ones. Salon's triggered. A spell on trap wasn't activated in this card's column. This card's column is this one. My card's in the center. Why was he allowed to add? Hang on. During either player's turn, you can activate magical musket spell traps cards from your hand. Okay, cool. That's not what happened just there. If a spell trap is activated in this card's column, you can add one magical musket card from your deck to your hand. No speller trap was activated in his column. Why was he allowed to add? He activated it in response to Salon, which is in the middle column. He is in either, I guess, column 2 or 4. Why was that allowed to activate? No spell or trap was activated in his card's column. What the hell? That is bullshit. The game can track Infinite Impermanence's column. Why can't it track the cards that are activated in that one's? It wasn't his column. It wasn't his row. I want a fucking answer. That is bullshit. He should not have been able to get that card. Unless someone can tell me what actually happened there with the columns, which no one has an answer because that's not how that works. That's just a mistrigger from the game's part. Alright, who's in the way more? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So no matter who I hit, he can just do whatever. Guess I'll get rid of you because you're harder to swing over. Well, this one does some bullshit that lets him add cards to hand when he shouldn't be able to. So I'm just going to stop that right now. And I want, I guess, you back in my hand. Good Lord in heaven, what other response does he have? Okay, so I can't summon someone there. That's fine. And he no longer has cards in hand. So now let's go nutty. Banish you. Special summon you. Why was your effect negated? What did I miss? Okay. Alright, who's going back into the deck? You can special summon one magical musket monster from your hand. If you do, your opponent's mind monster in that card's column cannot be used. That zone unused cannot be used until the end of this turn, so that lasts. You can only special once per turn. So leaving that on forward is fine. Get rid of you so you can't do stuff from the hand. And I want my Godarla back. By back, I mean in the deck. I should have activated Ticket. Why is she negated? Why am I the dumbest man alive and also the smartest man alive? Her effect. Target one Madolche card in your graveyard. Shuffle it into the deck. Boot cake. You go back into the deck. That'll trigger ticket. Which will let me special summon. Petting Sessor. Which doesn't resolve, but that's fine. Because now my grave is empty. Petting Sess swings. Her effect activates. Which lets me pop. I can swing over his monster. I'll pop that. Baby swings into that. All the modes swings direct for 3k. We got there. I figured it out. I'm a genius. And I'm going to special summon another Sistart. Because why not? Protect my spells and traps because I have 3 of them and I really don't want to get Dusted or Lightning Stormed. Why is the Magical Musketeer the hardest fight I've had all day? We got there. It was a hell of a puzzle, but I solved it. Oh, look at a little milky. I'll go first. I'm glad I haven't had to deal with any bots tonight so far. Oh, this hand is icky. This hand is no good. Maxi. Alright, opponent got Alistair. Gonna Ash Blossom that. Shadal invoked. What fun and engaging gameplay they'll allow me to experience. Hey, Duster. That'll be helpful. Maybe. Let's start with a Duster. Schism. So he just gets a fusion summon off it because I have no monster on my board for him to send away. Another Winda. Now Lightning Storm. Pardon? Oh, I can't read. I'll see myself out. That's embarrassing. My hand really was no good, though. Only had Missing Gelato as monster I was even half willing to summon. Stinky. And he played Shit All Window, which is just a no fun allowed card. This is a better hand. And I have Nibiru. In case that comes up. I have to assume my opponent is playing Eldritch. Three is fine. Boop. 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 Let's go with Salon. Activate Petting Sasor. Paleozoic. Opponent is again prompted to respond. Which is totally fine, because I have other ways to do what I was trying to do. Hoot cake. Missing Gelato to search me out. What do I even want right now? I guess just Promenade? For safety's sake? Activate a Salon, check for opponent response. MST immediately. However, my opponent is down to one card. To set Promenade now. I could summon Sistart, but it wouldn't do me much good. Swing Direct. Paleozoic. Now let him summon the other Paleozoic. Okay. My opponent is... What? I don't know what to think about what my opponent's playing. Paleo Dragon Maid? I'll give him points for originality. Hey, ticket. Judging by his enjoyment of just blowing stuff up, I think I just want to blow him up. Nurse. I'll activate ticket now, and I'll end turn. Parlor. Ah, Tin Keck. Now we're starting to fight a Dragon Maid. This is going to hurt. Yeah, I've already got him. The only card he had is in his hand is Parlor. Next turn I'll do something, get out Queen Tiramisu. I'll bounce his monster, so that's not an issue. And then I'm just gonna kill him. I'll goes to graveyard, get shuffled. Medolce ticket lets me add whoever I want, which is going to be Petting Sasor. Man 2. He did not bounce Tin Kick. Alright. Here's Petting Sasor. Use her effect to bring out Angeli. Use Angeli, tribute it. Gets me Mr. Owl. Use Mr. Owl. Banish Angeli. That's going to bring out another Messengelato. Use Messengelato's effect. That'll get me Chateau. Special summon. Using you two to get me Queen. Special summon Sistart to get me 2 monsters in the grave so I can use Queen's effect. Activates the effective Medolce ticket, which lets me special summon. I don't get to use the summon, but I just want someone on board for stats. Use the effective Promenade in my grave. Targeting Queen. Force attach Pudding Cess. Special summon even further. Chocolate a la mode. Activate her effect. Targeting Messengelato. Using her effect, detaching Petting Sasor. This will allow me to special summon another Messengelato, just because I like to make a statement. Now I'll go with Chateau for absolute overkill. Let's do Alamode's effect again, because that's not limited to once per turn, which seems balanced. Let's get a Mageline out here. Let's just drag this out as much as possible for you playing some weird deck that I don't know what to think about other than I don't like it. And clearly from your performance it didn't work. I hope you learned a valuable lesson today. I don't know what that lesson is, but I hope you learned it. Alright, what am I looking at this time? Alright, I have options. Start off with petting Sisor. Opponent is playing a above average deck size. That may not have been the right choice, but whatever. Can't live in the past. Go into Mageline. We'll add another one of you to hand for some reason. Activate ticket. Go into Sistart. I'm going to return 1 for now, which will trigger ticket, which will let me special summon to the field. Doesn't particularly matter right now. Hoot cake. Set 1. I could go into putting Sessala mode, but I will not. Not the best defensive board. I have 1 protection for Sistart up. I have Teacher. I have a Promenade. And I've got Ticket. I've had better, I've had worse. Maybe I should have set Droplet. Oh, good. He's got Kaijus. He gave me a big one. Oh, good. It's Alistair. I'm fine with that. For reasons he doesn't know. He's about to learn. Let's negate that. I feel like I might want to search on my turn. So we're going to go ahead and bounce you. You're going to do nothing. That's going to trigger ticket. Get me a Messengelato. Going to use Messengelato to add to my hand Chateau. Because I got a pretty stacked grave right now. Oh yeah, Tsuchinoka's over here. Dogmatica. Dogmatic invoked. Interesting. What did he add? Dogmatic of Punishment. Destroy the monster. Well, I guess I'm just gonna kill him. Spanish you because I have the other 2 in my hand. you. Good fight. Probably shouldn't have given me that big old lizard. But hey, you couldn't have known what you were up against. Thanks for giving me permission to use DPE. I like DPE well enough, but you're absolutely right. It's such an abused card that I hate using it myself. And yep, Madolche was not one of the first decks that I ever ran, but it's definitely an older one that I've really enjoyed, and seeing all the support it's gotten is something I like a lot. Oh wow, this hand is awful. DP, I would like a lot better if they didn't do the same thing they did with Dragoon, where they just made it sideable in every deck. Like, it's a hero card. Make it for hero decks. And they kind of did, but people just still do it anyway, but just, oh, I'll just use Fusion Destiny last. Predaplant Verd Anaconda is such a problem. It's... I don't know. I don't know what to expect from them next, other than be like, oh, we made this new Stardust Dragon that just lets your opponent not touch their deck and has to use the 5 cards they started with or something. Negating or taking someone's DPE does feel really good. I can't really do a lot about this. Yeah, I'll start a salon. I will hold on to Chateau for now. And I'm going to pray, because this is a stinky hand. My opponent has slightly more cards than normal. Yeah, the way they're going with boss monsters now is... Like, I think it first started, I guess, technically with Zeus, where it's just, here's a big boss monster that sounds really specific, but in actuality, it's super easy to get out. I'm going to stop you from using that thing. Going to bounce my hoot cake. Like, Zeus is like, oh no, you need a bunch of level 12s. Actually, you can just use any Xyz monster. It's like, alright, well, that's not hard. And oh, Dragoon, you want to use it with a Dark Magician and a Red Eyes. Yes and no, because you can also use Vert to do it. Yeah, Chaos Dragons are inexcusable for their crimes. They're from a different time, but it just kept getting bigger, and I guess it's the problem with power creep is you do have to keep going further, but there has to be a better way. What do I want to set on the field? Do I want to set a ticket if you can just pop it? No, we'll set another promenade. Yeah. Poor boy. Just misses his Dragon Bros. Oh, good. I'm going against Sky Striker. This will be a fun match. Oh, he's just going to punch me. Oh yeah, there's so many cards on the ban list that are nowhere near as much of a problem as they used to be. Like, even with the last set, where they're like, Yatagaru, so we can put to 1. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. And I think they also, like, Raigeki is at 3 now, which is insane. Because, like, oh, here's a free board wipe. Oh, look, more damage coming to me. That's fun. This thing have a summon effect? No, just send this Skyscraper to the grave. That's fine. Oh, Lightning Storm's at 3. I hate that even more. Is Lightning Storm a hard once per turn? Nope. Wait, yes it is. You can only activate 1 Lightning Storm per turn. Alright, so at least there's that, but accessibility is an issue with how many you could draw, which does work both ways. Harpy Duster is really good. I'm glad that it still exists and got a couple of reprints and some starter decks. Alright. Give me a good draw. Megaline, yes. Perfect. Oh, right, he could stop that with an Ash Blossom. I don't want to deal with that. It feels really good when you run a tech card just to stop something like that and actually get a chance to use it. Opponent used Effect Veiler, but I've got something in store for him he didn't expect. God, Neo Bubble Man is awful. Like, are you even able to summon him with Metamorphosis being banned? Yeah, Metamorphosis banned. His effect sucks. Isn't there like some version of Aqua Dolphin that has the same thing going on where it's super tricky to get out, but even if you do, its effect is garbage? I cannot stop that Max C. That's unfortunate. I hate how much I'm about to feed my opponent. I did that in the wrong order. No, it's fine. We're going with it. The Aqua Dolphin base is a weird tech choice, but God, it's got to be satisfying. You gotta love that. I have to try to kill my opponent this turn. That's a Nibiru. Which I am going to allow, because I think I can work through this. Give me a big rock. Let's empty my grave out real quick. Wait, what? Seriously? Ghost Spell too? Adds a card from the graveyard to the hand deck. Oh. That is unfortunate. Oh, it destroyed it too. Now I'm mad. Hoop cake. get a look at this Awakened Dragon. Left field because of monster effect. It's now the graveyard base. You can special one monster to deck. I say go for it. Relinquish is one of the cards that I'm really happy with the retrains that it's gotten over the years. I am not letting you get off Fusion Destiny. And who do I want in my hand? I'm going to need a search. New kick. Yeah, Thousand Eyes, Millennium. Of course, I put it in that column. I'm a fool. And he negated the effect of my hook kick. I shouldn't have fed this guy so hard. Okay, so he's going to use his Phoenix to destroy the rock he gave me, which is very rude. He's going to destroy Hoot Cake, which may or may not get shuffled back. You got any one-ofs that you're running? Well, not one-ofs, but anything that's two-ofs, threes, anything that's coming up a dead draw? Honestly, with this deck, I've considered reducing the amount of hand traps I have, just because how many of my turns rely on me starting with Petting Scissor and no monsters in grave, and that shooting myself in the foot. Unless I have Hoot Cake, because then Hoot Cake can take advantage of hand traps by banishing them to summon. So it's sort of an awkward spot I'm sitting in. Not the card I expected him to pop. Kaijus are super good. My brother runs a quote-unquote pure Kaiju deck, and it's a lot of fun to see. Nowhere near competitive, but still fun. Oh yeah, Allure of Darkness you gotta keep. That's just too good of a draw card. What can I even draw now to get me out of this? How many cards are you running? Are you running just the pure 40? I'd say it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to go to 41 or 42. Some of my decks I run at that if I just need to get the little extra out for the ones that do run DP, or if there's a little bit of extra tech cards I want or hand traps. Yeah, 40 is the ideal number still, but I think there's worse things than having a little bit of extra choice in your deck. Okay, if you're special summoned, you can special summon someone else. Use you to get out the owl. Opponent not prompted to respond. Use the owl. Banish you. Gets me you. Use you. I've seen a lot of Sacred Beast decks running lately that are you serious? He has a second Nibiru? This guy's really starting to piss me off. I'm a 35. Next turn, he is relinquished to pop. He's 500 damage off. I don't have a way to stop it. Nothing in the grave. I hate fighting Sky Strikers anyway. As much as I hate that Hearthstone and other card games became a pay-to-win, I do appreciate them having one solid currency versus this game's way of doing things. Yeah, like CP conversion. Like, having to go by just the rarity of the cards is really painful sometimes, because, like, oh, you're sitting on tens of thousands of, like, normal and rare qualities, and if it wasn't, like, an amazing conversion rate, anything would be better than just, like, banking on getting either the ultra rare you need, or when you don't, that you're fine dusting. Because this just hurts. Especially with how many ultra rares you need. Even just for, like, the side deck. Right, 3 for 1 is awful. It's so annoying. I hate dealing with it. Lady of Strom, called by Darla. Taking the called by. You two, go away. Putting Sasor. Using your effect. Summons you. Yeah, 5 for 1, perfectly acceptable. Let's hit that with the called by, because I really want this turn to go off. Opponent with the Ghost Bell. Wait. Alright. Messed up, but I'll allow it. Let's see what this guy has for the other ones. Yep, some kind of better conversion rate. Or another option for just a way to get stuff is getting us actual more useful rewards from the gates and the solo mode and stuff. Because some of the stuff they have is good. Like, originally when it's like, oh, Reinforcement of the Army and Raigeki, it's like, those are good cards to have. And then it's like, oh, here's some garbage. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Right now I'm just sort of slow grinding out some stuff, but no objections. Yeah, some of the garbage ones it gives you, or like the cards you open from the reward tickets that are all awful. It's like, well, here's some bare bones Legend of Blue Eyes card that I'll never use. Probably isn't my smartest move, but we're doing it. Hootcake has the protections from being summoned by Angeli. Sistart has protections of the monsters in the grave, and also protects my spells and traps. And we're going for it. Oh, good. Another Sky Striker player. They're always so fun to see. Alright, I will join that once I finish dealing with this guy. Droplet. Okay, he's negating the effect of one of my monsters. Sistart. Which I guess makes sense. Hey, it's Ray. I really want to be able to pull off one of those complete extra zone lockouts. I saw a couple of ones running it using, what would it be called? Like the code talkers to fill out the entire thing in one turn. Not all the cards for it exist in Master Duel right now, I believe. And also it is just super vulnerable to being hand trapped. But I would love to do it. A lot of Code Talker cards are cool. And my owl can't be destroyed by that. Did damage, though. Alright, Ray can summon himself back if a Link monster is destroyed by battle or leaves the field by opponent's card effect. Are Ojama cards able to lock the extra zones? Or is it just locking all the zones that the Sky Strikers would summon to other than extra zone summoning? Oh, that's messed up. That sounds awesome. Okay, how do I want to do this? I need things. Let's get you out of there. Summon you. Use your effect. Get out the princess. Go into queen. What else do you run with them? Just a mix of one-offs for... I will check that out later. Set Promenade. Special summon the monster to the field. Bring out Messenger Boy. Use his effect. Yeah, I think that'd be fun to go against. Or at least fun to see, because it sounds like he might just lock me out. By the way, love seeing off-meta decks. Oh yeah, cool. I will watch that video when I have a bit more time. Because right now, I have a man I need to kill. I've locked myself into my Dolces. Do I get anything? Do I want protection for them? Nah, I'm just gonna kill him. Stall decks are really fun to see, but I also think they're really fun to like try and find workarounds for. I went up against one with my Lyrilusk deck that like put out Inspector Border and Summon Limit, I believe, were some of the ones he started with, and it was just really fun to like try and think of a new way to get a workaround to that deck. It's like, all right, I have to summon a variety of different cards before I can start using all of their mixed effects. How many can I summon out so I can get rid of Inspector Border to free up the rest of my effects? It was really fun to do, actually. I'm sure it would have been super annoyed if I would have lost to it, but still cool to see, and the way different floodgates all mixed together and stuff is really neat. I do have to say, though, one situation where I really don't like seeing the Stunlock decks is during the festival events. It's like, oh, we're going to see a bunch of fusion decks. Like, nope, you're going to see true Draco. And it's like, well, I guess I'm just not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. And what do you do? Yeah, I guess that is a fair comparison with how the meta's gotten. With the meta's way of being just like, alright, there is one way to play the game. Yeah, DP and Despia, it was a good way to promote them to do it right before Fusion Fest, but it's also really bad for just variety in the game. Really shame for Fusion Festival too, because there's so many other fun fusion decks to run, like actual hero decks, Lunalight, Cyber Dragons. I agree with you on that one, which is why I'm running Madolches, because God knows Madolche isn't a top tier deck, but it's really fun to run a deck that's saying whole thing isn't just lockouts or negations, but to run a deck based on bouncing stuff from field and grave. Like, a lot of decks aren't built to deal with that sort of thing, because everything is all protection from destructions. Also, I really like the way Madolche cards look. They're adorable. Hey, give me that back. Guy took my chocolate. Well, now I have to kill him. What's he making, Zeke? I've gotten really lucky and... Oh, look, it's Predaplant. I've gotten really lucky and I haven't had to deal with Tenyis and Sword Souls and all them. Just because I don't go into ranked super often. And a lot of times when I play, it's either super late at night, like now, where for me it's 3 a.m. or it's early in the morning. Because I think there's a lot more people playing fun decks at that time of day as opposed to the serious players. Quote-unquote serious. Yeah, Sword Soul looks neat until you watch everyone run it. Oh look, destroy Phoenix Enforcer. God, that sounds awful. Like, at least when you look at, like, YCS tournaments and stuff, you'll see, like, yeah, here's, like, the top played deck is, like, maybe 8 people, but then there's, like, a bunch of others that trickles down through that, but, got 133 to 200? That sucked. Got rid of my chateau. Oh, it's rude of him. Alright. Well. Time to die, buddy. It is wild to me that, like, all these archetypes can get these universal, like, these super broad search cards, but, like, reinforcement of the army is still at 1. Like, come on, man. The guy realized my owl could just kill him. Alright. Let's back up on out of these. And let's go to the rooms. And where was that code? There it is. I think the reason that they get a lot of love is unfortunately the same reason a lot of cards get super overpriced, which is sort of in vein of, it's not quite the waifu tax, but I will call it the weeb tax, for lack of gentler terms. Because Sword Soul is like, yeah, they look cool, and they have cool swords, and, well, we're just gonna give them a bunch. God, cubics are such a cool looking gimmick, but the pain of trying to actually run them against the meta. Yeah, I was a little surprised at just the one defense mode, but for all I know it could be a man-eater bug, my mortal enemy. So I'll have to play this one carefully. Let's go Magdalene Search. Potential Search. Good timing on the Ash Blossom. Alright, what else do I have? Not much. But let's go for something a little safer. My good old big boy Baguska. I have not, because I have really bad luck with the random chance coin flip die rolling decks, and I'm afraid of repeats of past performance. Get cards all the targets are special. Negate that card, then destroy it. Alright. Nice little bit of protection. Well, let's just preempt this because I am terrified of face downs. Oh, jeez. Astrograph. We meet again. God, the amount of time players just don't read card effects. Like, when I was running Lyrilusc, I kept running into the issue where it was like, okay, I'll give myself protections for all my Lyrilusc for the turns, and my opponent would just run their monsters into me and I would take no damage and they would stop and then decide to read what I was doing. It's like, come on, guys. We're embarrassing ourselves. Alright, forgot Baguska does that to me. This is true about a card effect. Target one card on the field, destroy it. How am I going to get an out for this one? I actually don't readily have an out for this. Well, there's always destroyed by card or effect. There's always the old nuclear option. I want you to know, it pains me to do what I'm about to do, but I'm afraid of what you are doing. I should have set Zeus in defense mode. I'm not gonna lie, your Ash Blossom early on really shut me out from getting a lot of usable cards. Astrograph during end phase. Your main phase, destroy this card, take one Stargaze Magician from hand, add place in zone or summon it. Once per turn. Zone, destroy this card, place a Magician, pens and mustard. And he dusted me. Who do I think is not going to be material or useful card anytime soon? You! Get Zeus a little bit of a chance to use his effect twice. But right now he's just a 3K. Summoning out purple poison. I'm sorry to do this to the purple poison again, but I'm really afraid of his effect. Just a simple destruction effect is enough to stop Zeus, so I have to be worried about him. Alright, I'm an idiot. You can just summon him again because he's a pendulum. I encounter so few pendulum decks, I keep forgetting they can just do that. Alright, so you could sync up for level 8. But what level 8? Supreme King Clearwing. Well, this got harder. This card battles or opponent's monster. You can destroy the monster if you inflict damage point equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. This card's in the graveyard. Tribute 2 Supreme King monsters to summon it. Alright, that's pretty nice. That's actually like just a better version of Black Rose. I might just have some moves here to bust out. Gotta bring my A game if I want to get past all this. Let's kick on the ticket. Open up the salon. Let's start bouncing. Alright, who needs to go back in the deck? One of you, and one of you. Let's get this inconvenience out of the way, and I'm afraid of you as well. Something I did to help myself keep up with all the different effects that I just didn't know, because I was out of the game for a while, was I started doing like a watch and learn series where I'll just go and I'll spectate matches for like an hour, hour and a half, and just try and do a commentate to keep up with the matches and learn effects for myself. Let's get you out of there. Hoot kick to summon Gelato. Gelato summon when there's a beast on field. That lets me set or add Promenade to hand. Turn Queen into Chocolate. Use her effect. Targeting Mageline, which prompts me to use her other effect. Most of the time when I do it, it's not so much I'm worried about my own options, it's just I want to be able to know what my opponent's doing. Because there's so many cards I just don't know. Yep. I'll do you the courtesy of not extending this any further than I have to. GG's. I was really worried when you dropped that board wiper on the field and got rid of Zeus, because Zeus was all I was banking on right then, but lucky top deck. Supreme King decks always look so cool because just so many good dragons they have. Yeah, sure, I'll go again. Dark Rebellion's also just a really good generic rank 4. Oh, bud. I bricked super hard. Well, hang on. I didn't brick exactly. There's potential here. I just gotta work for it. Right, there's Skulker Bet. Add Perform Pal. This might not be the smartest move, but I gotta nip this in the bud. Alright, there's White Wing again. Someone destroyed monster and destroyed this card. Alright, so Celestial Magician's like an extra life for an extra deck summoned monster. Alright. Not better. Well, let's try this. There's the pendulum graph. I can't stop that. Does this still give the secondary effect? Huh. Guess not. Going to set 1. And in a real heartbreaker for me, I'm going to pass my turn. Gotcha. Maxi is another card that I see people always like, oh, we can't let Maxi off the ban list. It'll ruin the meta. Like, no, it won't. It's a drawing card. You're gonna Ash Blossom it when your opponent does it anyway. The same way you would any of their other drawing cards. Maxi, I think they can take off of being forbidden. Maybe not 3, but even 1 would be fine. Yeah, good way to counter Maxi. Stop your turn. A lot of times when I use Maxi, I am banking on my opponent. Like, yeah, banking on them being like, oh, I don't want my opponent to draw a bunch of cards. He's like, well, I had no other plays. I'm really hoping Maxi gives me something. Speaking of having something, now we see if I got some potential in me. I'm gonna go for the big boy banish. There's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Mexi's only as good as your opponent lets it be. They really don't, like, for as much reading as you should do for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Players just don't read. And they don't do a lot of thinking either. Which is why every deck list you look at always has the same 12 hand traps in it, minimum. It's like, alright, you gotta have 3 Ash Blossoms, you gotta have 3 Infinite Impermanences, you gotta have 3 Nibiru's, you gotta have 3 Droplets, you gotta have 3 Lightning Storms, you gotta have 3 Triple Tactics. I'm like, cool, you've already made this deck cost $300. I'm not running this anymore. God, Drytron players and their long turns. Just so many effects chaining over and over and more summoning. I saw a video of someone who was trying to do like a... Yeah, playing in person is... It's a mixed bag. Yep. That's really awkward. Do I have anything I can summon to do just a little bit of damage? I don't. Should I run Cowboy? Unless? Is this the comeback of the century? Aww. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. I'm sorry, brother. I will send you off gently. Do you want me to change decks too, or do you want me to keep running Madolche? Okay. Happy to keep running it. My brother and I, over like the past year, we've slowly gotten back into the real game. And so, as a way to sort of counter the hand trap budget meta, we made up our own sort of ban list rules where we allow ourselves, you can run one of each hand trap, which we sort of define what hand traps are ourselves. And, interesting. Yeah, we allow ourselves one of each hand trap, and we allow ourselves to look at the ban list and reduce the restrictions on any one card on it per deck. Alright. Let's summon out Jelly. We'll normal summon an owl. Use Jelly's effect. Special out Messengelato. Messengelato is going to get me a Salon. Use Hoot Cake. Banish Angeli. Summon out another Messengelato. Messengelato is not a hard once per turn, so I'll get to search another card. Yeah, hand traps should be limited, if for nothing else than for the sake of just more deck variety. It's painful to just see them on like every deck list and every showcase, and it's just so annoying. Alright, I want to know what deck this guy is running. Well, he's only running 18 cards of the actual archetype he's playing. The rest of his deck is generic hand traps. It's like, well, this sucks. Use my second normal summon to get out Mageline. Yeah, it's super annoying. It's not healthy for the game state. There's no excuse for this. At the same time, I don't want my answer to hand traps to be having to, like, play in an older format of the game. That's not fun either. Yeah, I'll use that. Yeah, they're really, for being a game company for as long as they are, they really don't know what they're doing. Yeah, people complain about Mystic Mine. Not as hard of a card to get around as they say it is. Just play spell and trap removal. Something that doesn't exist with the way Konami balanced the game around just monster effects. And their monsters get rid of spells and traps, people just don't run them for some reason. Yeah, the Nightmare cards are super popular generic remove you can set into anything, and people just don't think to run it. Or people don't run even like Cosmic Cyclone anymore, Space Typhoon, or Duster. They're super simple cards that get you out of, so like, assuming I had no way to stop it, a Duster would wipe out 5 of my cards right now. And a lot of decks just don't run it for some stupid reason. I'll hit that now. Phoenix and Unicorn are really good. Griffin's not bad, but I think it's a bit of an investment. Cubes. Must be stolen by villain 3 other cubics, which was done. Unaffected by monsters, activate effects, whose original attack is 3,000 or less. That's going to be a big problem for me. Destroys a monster by battle, activate this effect. Make a second attack during the end phase. Each player takes 3,000. Oof! This is going to hurt. I think that stops me from sending my Madolches back into my deck when they die. Send a cubic card from your hand to the graveyard. Draw one. Not bad. Banish this from your graveyard. Target one. Keep in graveyard. Add to your hand. You take no battles from keep monsters. Okay. I'm going to have to really think outside the bun on this one. I am worried about getting O-code. So we're gonna do something about all that. Oh, if you just have another, then I'm in really big trouble. I can't summon them in defense mode, unfortunately. So I'm still in danger. Oh my god, you actually do. That's really funny. Well, yeah, it swings in any of my weak ones. I take 3,000 plus damage for each attack, and then at the end phase I take 3,000. That is game. I can't stop that. Alright, so I can still add them, but I don't think it really matters at this point. I'm just gonna get beat to death. What a cool deck. That was really cool to see, actually. I like that. Shutting down all monsters that are below a stat line is really good. But even then, just being attacked twice with such a big body and doing 3k in the end phase, that's big. Alright. Let's see if I can't shore up a bit. Well, before you had my attention. Well, now you have my curiosity. Let's see. That seems like an excessively big attack stat. Which only makes me want to see it more. Well, now I really want to see what this deck can do. One of them. Jesus. I'm terrified that you could, yet curious that you may. Set some more back row, because I'm scared for my life. Hit up the chateau, so I have a bit of extra stat line. And let the good times roll. Show me what you got. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we got Cubic Dharma. That's the one lets you draw. Monster from the graveyard. Yes, sir. You can discard. You can attack for monster from the graveyard. That is fine by me. Santa Karma. I have pros and cons I gotta weigh out right now. On the one hand, I want to see the cubics. On the other, I gotta know if I can put up a fight. I have to stop the monster gate. Oh, I got baited hard, didn't I? You know, Messenger Law is a bit of a bigger body. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe I don't have to worry about what's about to happen to my life. Cubic Karma's other effect. Ah. Fear is the root emotion I'm experiencing. Oh boy. must put up fight. I gotta put up everything I got, man. I gotta represent the Madolches. They're a bunch of little freaks, but they're mine. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. These little cubic counters are really gonna get my goose. Let's just put him back in my hand. That's still turned off because of Imperm. Okay. How is old Phoenix gonna get his way out of this one? That's an option. Options exist, but my fear remains. Just maybe. Yep, it is go time. All right, have a game plan. Turn that off. And yeah, let's get you out of there. I was thinking about it, but I think you're right, and access wouldn't help me because his base attack is too low for him to be able to target Cubic Lord. It's a fair assumption, and he is in the extra deck, but he is not the one I'm going for. Okay, we have to think this one through. Send her off. Don't think I actually wanted to do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Too late. Can't live in the past. Get those out of there. Or like, I think I set the bun to get around this guy. Alright, who's coming out to play? Let's go for a third Vageline. And I forget that I locked myself into that. Let's put them back in my hand instead. And the bounce worked. Yeah, that other back row really had me worried about what you were going to do. And I was thinking about trying to get out, what's it called? Tornado Dragon, but I locked myself into Medolces. Hey man, I don't like things going to the graveyard for me or for my opponents. The graveyard is just a second hand at this point. When I used Promenade, it negated his effects for the turn, so he was able to be targeted afterwards. I do invest a lot into getting around that guy, though. I'm gonna keep running my Dolce, because it's the one that I'm enjoying a lot and the one I'm taking on ranked. Yeah, running meta decks ain't really my style. Don't like Sword Soul, don't like Sky Striker. Nope. I got sent back to the room. That was weird. Yeah, I think something went wrong. It said there was an issue with the server, so I don't know, maybe it just timed out. Alright, now it's trying to start again. They should definitely be able to pay the bill at this point. They've got enough money. Okay, this is not good. Not a great opener. But I've come back before. So I just have to believe in my grandfather's deck. Alright, here comes old Crimson Lord. Uh-oh. I think I see where this is going. I feel like I'm about to get slapped. Oh, look, a third one. Three monsters with 3k attack that can attack twice, and during the end phase deal 3,000 damage directly. I feel ill-prepared for what's about to happen to me. I feel like Greater Poly would be a little excessive at this point. I might be able to make myself live. I don't think I can stop everything you're doing, but I might be able to live if I do. I'm not going to think too hard about the math. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think the droplet would have saved me. You know what? You're right. I should have saved the droplet. Good call. Ah, but you're about to pop it, so it was now or never. Did you play a different card that locked you into a type of summoning? What's up? That'll do it. Well, you got there now. That's a big boy. That was a lot of damage. Hoot kick back into the deck, quick, it's safer there. You don't need to see what's about to happen. Would have been very funny. Alas, my death, the 50 damage there just so good. GG. That's a really good boss monster. Can't be targeted, can't be destroyed. The extra bits from fusion to make it piercing. That's really good. Sure thing, man. Bring it on. Hey man, GX is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. It came out at just the right time in my life. I've always loved superheroes. Sacred Beasts are cool. People always say they're like off-budget Egyptian gods. Like, yeah, but they're also cooler. Let's go for a big search. Yeah, the Egyptian gods were really late to the support party. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have 3 negates. Let's see if I can make a wall. Chances are slim that I can, though. Yeah, Ra's gotten the Ra's Disciples, he's got his Phoenix mode, he's got his Sphere mode, he's got the Ancient Chant, and Obelisk and Slifer have, I don't know, Soul Crossing, but even that applies to Ra. Yeah, it's stupid strong. Bum. Okay, and do that. be filled with primal fear. Slifer kind of has support with the face card knights, but at the same time, couldn't any Egyptian god take advantage of them? Just getting 3 monsters out? The only thing that's kind of unique to him is that Thunderspeed Summon came out in the King's Court set. Add a monster with 0 attack from deck. Enhance half your life points after an end to the end of the turn. After you can't activate the active monster's effects or the effects of his name until you normal summon a monster with the same name. Alright, I want to see where this goes. What am I in for? Let's just try doing something about this right now. And she can go back to the extra deck. I did not have 3 negates, I have 1 negate, and there it goes. Alright, I swear that was all I'm going to do this turn. I've played everything I have. That is some sick card art. That's really good. Mirage. A wonderful extra deck staple if ever there was. Discard to summon itself. Not bad. In defense mode, so I can't target other things. Alright. Yeah, I really thought shutting you down at the start was my only chance, because if that gets going too far, Sacred Beast's got some really good protections. It's either that or the field spell I was going to try to stop. Alright. What is that? Alright, so 1 beast, you're going to gain life points every time I summon. Not bad, not bad. I guess I was more worried about just this thing the Dark Beckoning Beast immediately bringing out another fiend than anything else happening. I can try to kill you this turn. Let's bring out the owl. You're gonna get a lot of life points this turn. Yeah, no problem, man. Okay, so Almirage protects Haman even further. I might just be able to do that. So let's see, what do I need? Need that one. I actually might give you more life points than I can get rid of. Alright, that's where I went. Alright, let's... Should have done that sooner, but I gotta stop you from getting cards. Or getting life points. Poor Brick Eyes. They try their hardest, but it only goes so far. Alright. Making meta decks fold is the best part of playing off meta. I'm not going to run any math on this. I'm just going to run them in and see if I've gotten past the life points I gave you. And the numbers are there. Medoche's whole theme of non-destruction gets past a lot of things. Haman couldn't be destroyed by card effects, but Queen Tiara Masu bounces cards, which isn't destruction. And I got lucky and didn't build up your life points far enough to go too far. Madolches are an archetype that comes from a simpler time. And modern games adapted to a state where being off meta is just good. That being said, Queen Tiramisu is absolutely a linchpin of getting around things. If it not for her bouncing, I don't think the deck would work. Geez, I didn't realize I've been going for 3 hours. I am. You know what? Let's get one more out. One more really good match. Because I love seeing off-meta stuff, and playing with you is a good way to avoid encountering it on the rank ladder. Plus, it gets me a lot of practice using Madolche. Alright, let's see what you got. Gravekeeper decks hard shut down Madolche, though, because they don't let my grave effects go off. Gravekeeper decks, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, any of that stuff. Encountering that in a Floodgate deck just absolutely shuts me down. Uriah. The answer to the age-old question, what if a snake had hands? Alright. Can't target it with card effects. They can't be destroyed by card effects. If you control them, in your monster zone you can draw 2 cards. Well, let's start simple. Interesting. You can discard a card, add it to your hand, special on your eye. Right, I have to watch out for playing my Promenade now. That's really good. It broadens Uriah away from just needing continuous traps. That's really good support. Let's see what I can do. You may have ruined me with that hand trap. What else do I have? Oh. It's gonna be a bit of a different match for us, but I think I can make this work. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, Fallen Paradise, super good card. Super vulnerable card, though. Which, if we want to talk about vulnerable boss monsters, one of the ones that I really wish was better would be the Nordics. I think Nordics are really cool. I think in terms of deities being turned into card games, they're a lot chiller about it than the Egyptian gods are. And I think they deserve more support for it. I finally got an excuse to summon Tornado Dragon. And I hope he lives long enough to do something. Maybe if they do like what they did with Raviel, where they give him that extra form, I don't remember the name of it. You played it, added it to your hand the last game, but like some form of Haman that gives you like a once per turn spell or trap protection or something, or like some other kind of effect that can link their protections. Like while this card is on field, your field spells cannot be destroyed by card effects. Yep. Odin, Thor, and Loki. And of all of them, Loki was the best one, but he had... I am sorry to do this to you immediately, but Tornado Dragon's effect is a quick effect. Oh, he got one too? Oh, that's a bummer. Like, clearly Konami knows they can make support, they just don't make it good. But no, they're just gonna keep making busted support for Dark Magician, I guess. Yep. Tornado Dragon's good for 2 spell pops. After that, dead. Now let's see if I can get around Big Boy with 2 cards in my hand. Alright, I forgot I give you a token every time I do this. Oh, you served your purpose, Tornado Dragon. Now get out of here, you crazy kid. Okay. That's such a weird requirement, though. Like, they can do better. That's such a weirdly specific... Yeah, that would just solve the problem. The... what is it? Magistus Conflagrant Calamity. Like, even it has an effect of, like, whatever it's equipped with, it prevents your opponent from using the effects of those cards. So I think asking for a card that lets you just stop effects based on which Sacred Beast you have is not asking for that much. Also, a way to slow down the power creep of just new archetypes that keep coming out is just boost up the old ones, I guess. Big Blue is back. Not gonna attack? Oh, really? That's such a counterintuitive effect. It lets you summon a Sacred Beast, which is like a boss level monster, but you can't attack? That is awful. There's no excuse for that. I don't understand some of the choices they make over at the old Konami. That's such a weird stipulation. It's like if there was some Exodia support that was like, oh, by the way, you can't use the effective Exodia to win the game if you use this card. Bring out your bot. I guess... No, that doesn't make sense then, only having a card that's helpful on turn 1? That's just weird. I'll see you around, man. Thanks for the follow. Fun playing with you. And this has been going for over 3 hours, so I'm satisfied with the video and all the content that happened with it. Got to play a bunch of fun off-meta games with a viewer. Always a good time. So, if you watched the stream, like Respawn Boy did, thanks. If you caught the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.